Study the following information carefully to answer the given questions. Now, 8 friends A, B, C, D, E, F, G and H are sitting around a circular table but not necessarily in the same order. They are working at 4 different shops: cloth, food, sweets and stationery. Stationery should be ERY. I'm sorry about this. Right? Stationery. 2 friends work at the same shop. Right? Work at the same shop. Some of them are facing outwards. Some of them are facing outwards. So basically, if you understand the crux of the question, there are 8 friends A to H. There are 4 different shops: cloth, food, sweets and stationery. Very clearly is given 2 friends work in each shop. So 2 times 4, 8 balanced. Right? And some of them are facing outwards. Now this is important. Some of them are facing outwards. You should understand the meaning here, right? When a person is facing inwards, when a person is facing the center of the circle, his left is towards clockwise, right is anti-clockwise. Right? But when a person is facing outwards, left and right will become opposite. Left will be anti-clockwise and right will be clockwise. So you have to keep that in mind when you are trying it out. Okay, so it's very important. Now in this particular question, it's very important for us to know as to who is facing inwards and who is facing outwards. Unless that is known, you will not be able to proceed with the solution. You understand? I will draw a circle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me draw it a little towards the right hand side so that I can do the markings properly, right? So let's say the circle is this: 8 persons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, unless you know who's facing inwards and who's facing outwards, you'll not be able to proceed with it, because left and right depends only on whether the person is facing inwards or outwards. I'm sure all of you know the convention, right? When a person is facing center, left is clockwise, right is anti-clockwise. But when the person is facing outwards, right, this side, outside, left should be anti-clockwise and right will be clockwise. Okay, so start of the question, start of the solution is very important. We cannot start from wherever we want. We have to have a strong starting point. By the way, there is a note given here. Facing the same direction means if one person faces the center, then the other person also faces center. And if one person faces outward, then the other person also faces outward. Facing opposite direction means if one person faces the center, then the other person faces outward, and vice versa. This is known to us. I mean, you don't have to waste your time reading this information in the exam, right? You know what is same direction and what is opposite direction. Same direction means either both are facing inwards or both are facing outwards. Opposite direction means one person is facing inwards, the other faces outwards. The real clues are given in this last paragraph. Now, I don't have to start from the first clue itself. I have to find out the best clue, the best starting point. Now look at the first point here. The one who works at the sweet shop is an immediate neighbor of both the persons who work in stationery. So whoever is working in sweet shop is an immediate neighbor of both the persons who work at stationery. So basically, sweet shop will be sandwiched between stationery shops. Stationery, sweet, stationery. It should be that way. But can I put it immediately? No. Like I can take up sweet shop here. If this is sweet shop, left and right both should be stationery shops. But that is possible in 8 different ways. So no point in trying that out. Those who work at food shops sit opposite to each other. This also is important information, but not useful immediately, right? Food shop persons are opposite to each other. They sit opposite to each other. Then the one who is on the immediate left of F is not facing the center. Whoever is on the immediate left of F is not facing the center. Now I can put F here. But the question is, what is left of F? Is left of F clockwise or anti-clockwise? That depends on whether F is facing center or outwards, which is not known to us so far. All we know is whoever is on the immediate left of F is not facing the center. Similarly, if you read the next statement, F sits second to the right of D. Can I use this information? F sits second to the right of D. I can take D here. But what is right of D? Is right of D clockwise or anti-clockwise? That will not be known to us until we know whether D is facing center or outwards. So you are getting my point. The fact that some of them are facing outwards makes it complex. When we have both the facing people in the same arrangement, you have to deal with it very carefully. F sits second to the right of D. Is D facing center or outwards? I should know that. Only then I can take the right of D. Now, one possible way is take 2 cases. In one case, take D facing center. The other case, take D facing outwards and try to complete it. But I am of the view that, very quickly you read the other statements as well and see if you get more concrete information somewhere else. Why to start with possibility immediately, right? So F sits second to the right of D, not useful. F and D are immediate neighbors of H. F and D are immediate neighbors of H, fine. F, H, D or D, F, H will be the order. But again, where to put is the question. C sits third to the left of H, who works at sweet shop, and both are facing the same direction. Again, this also is a problem. C sits third to the left of H is a good information. But is H facing center or outwards? Not known to us. Those who work at cloth shops sit adjacent to each other but face opposite direction. I'm looking at one person whose direction is given to us. G sits on the immediate right of B, who works at cloth shop. The immediate neighbors of E do not face outward. D does not face the center and works at stationery shop. Oh, some information here. See, D does not face the center. Now this is useful information. D does not face center. If D does not face center, it's obvious that D faces outwards. And he works in a stationery shop. He or she. D does not face center. So D faces outwards. D is already marked here. D faces outwards. And he works in a stationery shop. D works in a stationery shop. Now go back and check all those points which are connected with D, which are associated with D, so that we can fill those gaps, right? Like for example, if you look at the previous point, it said F sits second to the right of D, right? We had not used this statement earlier. F sits second to the right of D. See, since D is facing outwards, right of D is clockwise. Second to the right of D, first and second, F comes here. Again, is F facing center or outwards is not known to us, but F definitely comes there. Here. Also, if you read the next point, F and D are immediate neighbors of H. F and D are immediate neighbors of H means what? H should come between F and D. Only then they will become immediate neighbors, right? See, F and D are both immediate neighbors of H. Again, is H facing center or outwards? Not known to us yet, right? Now, this next point, C sits third to the left of H. Can I put it? I can't put it because third to the left of H. It can be first, second, third. C can come here, or first, second, third. C can come here as well. That depends on C's direction, which is not known to us yet. Yeah. Next, B and C do not face the same direction, but C is an immediate neighbor of E, who is fourth to the left of G. Good information, but not useful immediately, right? B and C do not face the same direction, but C is an immediate neighbor of E, who is fourth to the left of G. Neither C nor E nor G are marked on the arrangement, so I can't use this information. E and G face opposite directions, but both work at the same shop. E and G face opposite directions, but both work at the same shop. Fine. So I think one reading is done. In one reading we have got this much, right? Any other information? No. So we have to do the second reading now and find out what can be used. Oh, by the way, I think look at the last point here. I think we can use it. He says B and C do not face the same direction, but C is an immediate neighbor of E, who is fourth to the left of G. Who here refers to whom? E. Okay, so who refers to E? Now E is fourth to the left of G. E is fourth to the left of G. Now this information is useful in my view. E is fourth to the left of G. I'll tell you why. See, understand, in an arrangement where there are 8 persons, when it is said that X is fourth to the left of Y or X is fourth to the right of Y, X and Y will be opposite each other. So when you're talking about fourth position, like for example, let's say D, somebody is fourth to the left of D, or let's take H. We do not know the direction of H, right? Take fourth to the left of H. There are two possibilities. Left of H can be clockwise or anti-clockwise. Take clockwise. First, second, third, fourth. Fourth to the left of H will come this side. Suppose you take anti-clockwise. First, second, third, fourth. Again, fourth will come this side only. Why is it so? Because there are 8 persons. And when you say somebody is fourth to the left of H, irrespective of whether H is facing outwards or inwards, that person will be opposite to H. You're getting it? This is a very, very important clue. This is a very, very important point that you need to understand. Now, using this point, if you look at this, it says E is fourth to the left of G. Where will G come? I don't know. Is G facing center or outwards? I don't know. But what I definitely know is E and G are opposite to each other. E and G will be opposite to each other. Now observe, the only possibility for E and G is these two positions. Because E or G cannot come here, opposite is F. E or G cannot come here because opposite is H. E or G cannot come here because opposite is D. The only opposite positions which are vacant is these two. So E and G have to come here. Now where will E come, where will G come is not known, but I can at least say E and G will block these two seats. Yes or no? If E comes here, G would come here. If E comes here, then G would go there. As simple as that. So very, very useful information, right? E and G face opposite directions, but both work at the same shop. E and G face opposite direction. So E and G will face opposite direction, he says. Meaning if E faces center, G will face outwards, and vice versa. And but both of them work at the same shop. Both of them work at the same shop. That point also is useful, but not immediately. Now let's do the second reading quickly. I think the one who works at sweet shop is an immediate neighbor of both the persons who work at stationery. See, this point is useful now. Earlier it was not useful, now it is useful. See, he says, whoever is working in sweet shop is an immediate neighbor of both the persons who work at stationery. Whoever is working in sweet shop is an immediate neighbor of both the persons working in stationery. So it is very clear that sweet shop guy will either come here or he will come here, because both the neighbors of sweet shops have to be stationery guys. One stationery guy is fixed. So obviously sweet shop guy will be neighbor of stationery. So either sweet shop will come for H or it will come for G or E. Yes or no? So keep that point in mind. Keep that point in mind, right? Move forward. Those who work at food shop sit opposite to each other. Those who work at food shop sit opposite to each other. Now it could be EG or others also. So let's not use that immediately. The one who is immediate left of F is not facing the center. Immediate left of F is not facing the center. I don't know what is the left of F. C sits third to the left of H, who works at sweet shop. C sits third to left of H is not known to us, right? Left of H is not known to us. C sits third to left of H, who works at sweet shop. Who is who here? Okay, I think I've got some clue. Who works at sweet shop? We are referring to H. Basically, H works at sweet shop. So H is a sweet shop guy. Again, go back to the first point. The one who works at sweet shop is an immediate neighbor of both the persons who work at stationery. So obviously, H should be a neighbor of both the stationery guys. So I can say F also works in stationery. Yes or no? The one who works in sweet shop is a neighbor of both the stationery guys. So obviously stationery guys should be F and D here. You're getting me? Now you can ask me a question. How do we know this is stationery? Why can't somebody else be stationery? Like for example, some of you may say that stationery can come here as well. Why is it so? Because this is sweet shop guy. Maybe this also is the sweet shop guy. And this sweet shop guy is in between both the stationaries. But remember, the one point which I had in mind was G and E both work in the same shop. So if this is sweet, this also will be sweet. How can there be three sweets? I know that H is definitely in sweet shop. H is definitely in sweet shop because it is given here. H is working in sweet shop. Maybe the other guy who is working in sweet shop is this person. Then these two can also be stationary. But my point is this guy cannot be in sweet shop, because if he is in sweet shop, the opposite person also should be in sweet shop. And there cannot be three persons working in sweet shop. Which means sweet shop cannot come here. Which means stationery cannot come here. You're getting it? See, all these things, all these reasoning should happen within your brain. I mean, while explaining it takes obviously some time, but I'm hoping all of you are considering all these facts before you're marking anything definitely on the circle here. Right? Now, C sits third to left of H who works in the sweet shop, and both are facing the same direction. Those who work at cloth shop sit adjacent to each other but face opposite direction, not useful immediately. G sits on the immediate right of B, who works at cloth shop. G sits on the immediate right of B. G is not fixed yet, so I don't know. The immediate neighbors of E do not face outward. The immediate neighbors of, okay, this is an important point. The immediate neighbors of E do not face outward. Immediate neighbors of E should not be facing outward. Understand? Can E come in this position? No. Why am I saying no? Because if E comes here, immediate neighbor becomes D, and D is facing outward. Very clearly the question says that immediate neighbors of D should not, E should not face outward. You're able to follow? Immediate neighbors of E do not face outward. If E comes here, D will become an immediate neighbor. But D is facing outward, right? Immediate neighbors of E do not face outward. E cannot come here. If E cannot come here, E has to come here, which means G cannot come here. So now E and G are also fixed. E comes here and G comes here. Now immediate neighbors of E do not face outward, which means both the neighbors of E face inward. So can I say F faces inward and this person also faces inward? Yes or no? One point is helping us so much. You see, the immediate neighbors of E do not face outward. E is fixed now. So both the neighbors of E should face inwards. Whoever comes here will be facing inward. F also is facing inward. Now, if there is any point with respect to F, somebody second to the left of F, third to the right of F and all that can be done because F's position is fixed now. Direction is also fixed now. Right? Anyway, move to the next point. So, immediate neighbors of E do not face outward. D does not face the center. Okay. B and C do not face the same direction. There was some other point with respect to G, I guess. Okay, look at this now. G sits on the, now since G is fixed, one more point is useful. G sits on the immediate right of B, who works at cloth. G sits on the immediate right of B, which means G and B are immediate neighbors, right? G sits on immediate right of B. So G and B are immediate neighbors. Can B come here? No. So B has to come here. And G sits on immediate right of B. The point is also that G sits on the immediate right of B, which means right of B is clockwise. G is on the immediate right of B is clockwise. When is the right of a person in clockwise direction? Only when the person is facing outwards, which means B faces outwards. G faces an immediate right of B. Who works at a cloth shop? Who is who here? B. B works at a cloth shop. So fixed. You getting it? G sits on the immediate right of B. So B should come here. Right of B is clockwise, which means B is facing outwards, and B works on a cloth shop. Yeah. Now, okay, look at this point. B and C do not face the same direction, but C is an immediate neighbor of E. C is an immediate neighbor of E. C is an immediate neighbor of E. The only neighboring position of E which is available is this. So C is an immediate neighbor of E. Yes or no? This side is F, so that side has to be C. I think all the persons have been placed. B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So this has to be A. Yes or no? This position has to be A. Done. So persons are all fixed. Now we have to fix the shops and the whatever. What is that called? Directions, right? I think shops can be fixed now. Enough information has been given. Let me clear all the unnecessary things here so that it looks neat and you can follow. Okay. Now let's fix the shops. All this neatness and all is not required in the exam. Only for the sake of clear explanation, I'm doing it. Now, what else do we know? See, somewhere it was given that those who work at food shop sit opposite to each other. Food shop guys are opposite to each other. Both the food shop guys are opposite to each other. Now understand, who can those food shop guys be? Can D and C be food shop guys? See, they are opposite to each other. D and C are opposite to each other. But can they be in food shops? No, because D is in stationery. Can H and A be food shop guys? No, because H is in sweet shop. So they cannot be. They are opposite, but they cannot be in food shop. F and B are already blocked. Stationery and cloth respectively. So they also cannot be. The only possibility for food shops is E and G because they are opposite to each other. And both of them have not got any shop yet. So I can conclude that G is in food shop, E is also in food shop. Right? G is in food shop, E also is in food shop because both the food shop guys are opposite to each other. Yes or no? Where is that point? Did I highlight that point already? Yeah, those who work in food shops sit opposite each other. Food shop guys are opposite each other. In cloth shops, sit adjacent to each other. So if B works in cloth shop, I can conclude that A also works in cloth shop because both of them are adjacent. And they face opposite direction, but face opposite direction. See, they sit together, but they face opposite direction. So if B is facing outwards, A should face inwards. Since B is facing outwards, A has to face inwards. I think all the shops are done. Only, see, two cloth are done, 2 food are done. 2 stationery are done. Sweet is left out, so it should be sweet for C. H is in sweet shop, C also is in sweet shop. Now only directions are left out. Let's try and fix. We already know the directions of A, B, C, D and F. E, G and H are left out. I'm sure other points will be useful. The one who is on immediate left of F is not facing the center. Immediate left of, see, the one who is on the immediate left of F is not facing the center. F is facing center. Left of F will be E. Since F is facing center, left of F will be E. He says the one who's on the immediate left of F is not facing the center. E is not facing the center, which means E is facing outwards. Yes or no? E is facing outwards. That's it. Only H and G are left out. Okay, look at this point. C sits third to the left of H. C is third to the left of H. Understand? C is third to the left of H. So from H, first, second, third. C is third to the left of H. First, second, third. So left of H is clockwise. First, second, third. Left of H is clockwise. That can happen only when H is facing center. So I can conclude that H is facing center. C is third to the left of H. Now only G is left out. I'm sure some point will be given for G also. Okay, last point. E and G face opposite directions. E and G face opposite direction. Yes or no? E and G face opposite direction. So E is outwards, which means G should be inwards. Done. And if you observe, there are some points given in the data which we have not used at all. Like for example, but both work at the same shop. Did we use this point? No. Both of them work at the same shop. We understood otherwise also. This was not required. Similarly, I think both are facing the same direction here. You see, we have not used this point. Okay, something else is getting highlighted unnecessarily, but the point I'm trying to make is a lot of information here has not been used by us. Yeah. Anyway, the arrangement is done. Let me just present the questions also. I think the arrangement is fully done. So if I have to start from the clockwise direction, starting with D, it is D, H, F, E, C, A, B, G. The stores are stationery, sweet, stationery, food, sweet, cloth, cloth, food. And directions are outwards, inwards, inwards, outwards, inwards, inwards, outwards, inwards. Right? Let's take up the questions now. Let's look at the questions. Okay, this, I don't know for what reason there's some marking here, but I'm sure you know something is wrong with the software I'm using, right? Automatically things are changing its color. I never use green here. Anyway, let's answer the question. No, let me, first one, how many friends are facing outwards? How many friends are facing outwards? Go back. How many friends are facing outwards? E, D and B. 3 are facing outwards, 5 are facing inwards, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are facing inwards, so 3 are facing outwards. Yeah, so number of friends facing outwards are 3. F works at which of the following shops? Okay, F works at which of the following shops? The next question is, who sits on the immediate right of the one who works at food shop? F shop and immediate right of food shop. Check. F is working in stationery, keep that in mind. F works in stationery. Immediate right of food shop. Where is food? Food is here, outwards, right? Immediate right of food shop is C here, and immediate right of food shop here is B. There are 2 food shops, remember. So one immediate right here is C, because E is facing outwards. Here immediate right will be B, because G is facing inwards. So C and B. F works in stationery and C and B. Yeah, F works in which of the following shops? Stationery. Yeah, stationery, it should be E. Anyway, who sits on the immediate right of the one who works at the food shop? C and B. I mean B or C, both are possible. Next, who amongst the following works at sweet shop, who is also the immediate neighbor of the one who works at stationery shop? So who is working in sweet shop and also a neighbor of stationery shop wala person? So first of all, who are working in sweet shop? Let's find out. Who are working in sweet shop? H is working in sweet shop and C is working in sweet shop. And also a neighbor of stationery shop, he says. So I think H should be the answer, right? See, H is working in sweet shop. H is working in sweet shop and H is also a neighbor of stationery shops fellows. Yeah. So who among the following works in sweet shop? Who is also the immediate neighbor of the one who works at stationery? H should be the answer. C. Right? Next one. I'm sorry about these lines here. I'm not able to erase those. But look at the question. If D and F interchange their places, if D and F interchange their places, who amongst the following is on the immediate left of G? If D and F interchange their places, who is on the immediate left of G? Who is on the immediate left of G? See, G is facing center. Immediate left of G is D. But D and F are interchanging their places. So if they interchange their places, who will come in place of D? F. So immediate left of G will become F. Option A will be the answer. Now suddenly everything is gone. Anyways, option A is the answer, F here, right? If D and F interchange their places, the immediate left of G will be F. Last question. Who amongst the following friends face inside, who also sits 4 to the left of the one who works at cloth shop? Yeah. So 4th to the left of the one who works at cloth shop. And at the same time, he should be facing inside. Who's the one who faces inside and also he's 4 to the left of the cloth shop? So check. I'm sorry. I think the data is gone. But I remember cloth shop guys were A and B. A was in cloth shop. Luckily, I remember this. B was also in cloth shop. And I think C came here. Yeah. C was in sweet shop. Good memory I have, right? Sweet shop. Obviously, E and G were in food shop. For some reason, I remember this. So the question was, who is 4th to the, what was the question? Who is 4 to the left of the cloth shop? 4 to the left of the cloth shop. Now, B, if B is considered left of the cloth shop, right? B is left. See, B is facing outwards. So, anyway, 4 to the left means opposite person. So, it is F, and for A, it is H. So, he said, who is, anyway, who among the following is facing inside and also 4 to the left of the one who works at cloth shop? Is F facing inside? Yes. See, F is opposite to cloth shop and also facing inside. And I don't remember the direction of H. What's the direction of H? I think H was also inside, right? There are only 3 persons facing outwards. H was inside only. So, if you observe, H is opposite to cloth shop and facing inside. F is also opposite to cloth shop and facing inside. So both F and H are possible in my view. Who amongst the following friends face inside who also sits 4 to the left of the one who works at cloth shop? Yeah, I think none of this should be the answer, right? F and H both satisfy this condition. F and H both are facing center, both are facing inside, and both are 4th to the left of the cloth shop, guys. First, second, third, fourth. First, second, third, fourth. Possible, right? So F or H. Answer should be 5th option, none of this. Yes or no? F or H, both are possible. F or H.